It's been a tough month for him as captain, with the controversy over the Harbhajan Singh Andrew Symonds confrontation overshadowing the cricket. The decision is out, and there is some disappointment amongst the Australians that Harbhajan got away lightly. I have the Australian skipper Ricky Ponting with me. Ricky, it's been a really tough month with a lot going on besides the cricket.
Yeah, it has. There's been a lot of distractions, I guess, away from the game. We've also played two pretty long and hard test matches as well, which have been two very enjoyable games to play. But now they're over and done with, and the Harbhajan hearing's over and done with. We can sort of put that all behind us now and get on with the remainder of the summer.
Do you think that Harbhajan got away lightly?
Look, I don't know, because I'm no expert on penalties or whatever, but I can only sort of listen to what the judge had to say, and with some misinformation or some information not being passed on correctly, it looks like he has got a lesser sentence than he might have got. But you know, that's out of our control. There's nothing we can do about that. It's done now. It's a matter of now both teams moving on, and as I said earlier, we just got to get out there and entertain the crowds around Australia now.
They take blame for the justice not knowing of Harbhajan's previous offences. Something that really the ICC should have looked into a lot better in preparing for such a hearing?
Yeah, you would have thought so. I mean, I think all of our individual files are kept on record with the ICC, so it's only a matter of going into a computer and checking what previous offences we might have had. So I don't really know how that has slipped through the net.
The judge's copy reads, the judgment reads very clearly that Andrew Symonds he was determined to get involved in the discussion between Brackley and Harbhajan. How do you feel? Because in a sense it is a character assassination of one of your players that you really stood up for.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how long that stuff lasts. I mean, that is out in the papers today, but I think that'll die off pretty quickly, because anyone that knows Andrew, and I'm sure you guys have even had to deal with him at some stage, he is a really genuine guy, and he's a very honest guy, and he's a great bloke to have around your team. So it'd be unfair for anyone to sit back and point the finger at him and say that it's any of his doing whatsoever. But it's up to both teams to control that and make sure it's all, pretty light-hearted, fun sort of stuff, which I'm pretty sure it will be. I think the actual 2020 game lends itself to a bit of that anyway. Bowlers get frustrated because batsmen are hitting the ball all over the place and that sort of thing. So the game lends itself to that a bit. My team knows what the line is and not to overstep the line. I'm sure that Dhoni's mentioned that to the Indian team as well.
Of course, after that, later in April, you come to India to play the IPL, and there have been some reports that the Australians are just not very popular in India right now, and this could affect their contracts. Something that you're concerned about?
Well, we might not be going there in April. The way we've got a Pakistan tour that might probably cancel us out of most of that. But we'll see how we go there. Look, I don't think at the end of the day, I don't think we've done anything wrong. The Australian players right the way through this. We made a complaint about something very serious on the ground that was in the first instance found to be very guilty, and even now, Harbhajan's been proven guilty of the 2.8.
Any talk with the Indian players? Any communication? What has been discussed? No,
there hasn't since the end of the hearing. But look, I think the level of cricket reasons, really, it's been other stuff away from cricket. So coming back from England in 2005, having lost the Ashes, was a pretty tough time, because that was all to do with cricket stuff, and this stuff's been stuff on the outside, and I think all of us have dealt with it all pretty well.
Thank you so much, and all the best.